Have you ever seen someone try to pull off something way beyond their abilities? It can be a little cringy, right? Well, today we're diving into a classic story that perfectly captures this idea. It's an Aesop's fable called The Eagle and the Jackdaw, and it has a powerful lesson about knowing your own limits. Imagine this, a vast open field with a flock of sheep grazing peacefully. High above, an eagle, the king of the skies, circles with its keen eyes fixed on the ground. With a sudden breathtaking dive, the eagle swoops down, its powerful wings cutting through the air. In a flash, it snatches a young lamb right from the flock. The eagle's talons, sharp and strong, grip the lamb securely. Effortlessly, it beats its massive wings and soars back up to its nest high on a mountain cliff. It's a display of pure power, grace, and natural mastery. Now, watching this whole dramatic scene from a nearby tree is a jackdaw. A jackdaw, for those who don't know, is a much smaller bird part of the crow family. It's clever, but it's no eagle. As the jackdaw watches the eagle disappear with its prize, a thought begins to form in its little head. It's not a thought of admiration or even fear. It's a thought of envy and ambition. Wow, the jackdaw thinks, that looked easy. I'm a bird. He's a bird. If he can do that, why can't I? I bet I'm just as strong and capable as that eagle. This is where our story takes a turn. The jackdaw, puffed up with this newfound and frankly misplaced confidence, decides to imitate the eagle. He wants to prove to himself, and maybe to the world, that he's just as magnificent. He starts ruffling his feathers, trying to look as fierce and imposing as possible. He squawks loudly, trying to mimic the eagle's commanding cry, but it just comes out as a harsh caw. He fixes his gaze on the flock below, just like the eagle did. He doesn't pick a small lamb, oh no. In his inflated sense of self, he spots the biggest, most majestic ram in the entire flock. This ram is huge with a thick shaggy coat of wool and massive curled horns. That's the one, the jackdaw decides. Carrying that off will really show everyone I'm an eagle. So, with a great deal of flapping and a determined squawk, the jackdaw launches himself from the tree. He tries to dive swiftly and powerfully like the eagle, but his flight is more of a clumsy, fluttering descent. He lands right on the ram's back. And for a moment he feels a surge of pride. He's done it. He's on the back of the great ram. He braces himself, ready to lift his prize into the air. He flaps his wings with all his might. He pulls and strains, expecting to feel the ram lifting off the ground. But nothing happens. The ram, completely unfazed, continues to chew its cud, barely noticing the small bird fussing around on its back. The jackdaw is confused. He tries again, flapping harder, his little heart pounding. He pulls with his claws, but instead of lifting the ram, he finds that his claws have become completely and hopelessly tangled in the ram's thick, dense wool. He's stuck. The more he struggles, the more ensnared he becomes. The dream of soaring into the sky like an eagle has turned into a humiliating trap. He can't get away. All this commotion doesn't go unnoticed. The shepherd, who had been watching his flock from a distance, sees the small bird flapping frantically on the ram's back. He chuckles to himself, realizing immediately what the foolish bird had tried to do. He walks over calmly, the ram not even flinching as he approaches. With gentle hands, the shepherd easily plucks the tangled jackdaw from the wool. The poor bird is exhausted and defeated. Instead of letting it go, the shepherd decides to teach it, and his family, a little lesson. He takes out a small knife and carefully clips the jackdaw's wing feathers, not to hurt it, but just enough so it can't fly away for a while. That evening, when the shepherd returns home, he presents the bird to his children. They gather around, curious. "What a funny bird this is," they say, laughing at its ruffled appearance and clipped wings. "What do you call it, father?" The shepherd smiles and says, "That, my children, is a jackdaw. A simple jackdaw. But if you were to ask him, he would tell you he is an eagle. And that's the heart of the fable. The moral is crystal clear. Do not let your vanity make you overestimate your powers." The jackdaw's downfall wasn't a lack of ambition, but a lack of self-awareness. He saw the eagle's success but failed to see the eagle's inherent strengths, its size, its power, its sharp talons, all the things that made it an eagle. He only saw the final act, not the lifetime of being built for that act. This story is so relevant to our lives, isn't it? We see it all the time on social media, in the workplace, even in our own personal goals. We see someone who is incredibly successful, a top athlete, a brilliant CEO, a famous artist, and we think, I can do that. And while ambition is a wonderful thing, it has to be grounded in reality. It's about understanding your own unique strengths and weaknesses. It's the difference between healthy inspiration and foolish imitation. Being inspired by the eagle means saying, wow, the eagle is an amazing hunter. As a jackdaw, what am I good at? I'm clever, I'm quick, I'm good at finding smaller, more accessible food. It's about finding your own niche, your own lamb, that's appropriate for your skills and abilities. It's not about trying to lift a ram when you're built to carry a beetle. The jackdaw's mistake was a failure of strategy. He copied the eagle's goal without copying the eagle's nature. This is a trap we can all fall into. We might see a business owner who made millions with a certain product and try to launch the exact same thing without their resources, their network, or their market timing. Or we see a fitness influencer with a six-pack and try to follow their extreme workout and diet without considering our own body type, metabolism, or lifestyle. The result is often the same as the jackdaws. We end up stuck, tangled in our own unrealistic expectations and feeling foolish. The key takeaway here is the importance of honest self-assessment. Know thyself. What are your genuine talents? What are your limitations? It's not about thinking less of yourself, but about thinking of yourself more accurately. A jackdaw that accepts it, jackdaw can live a very successful and happy life as the best jackdaw it can be. It's when it tries to be an eagle that it gets into trouble. So the next time you set a goal for yourself, take a moment to think about the eagle and the jackdaw. Are you being inspired to be the best version of yourself? Or are you being tricked by vanity into imitating someone else? Are you leveraging your own unique strengths? Or are you getting your claws tangled in someone else's wool? Build on your own foundations. Grow at your own pace. Celebrate your own victories, no matter how small they may seem compared to others. Because being a successful jackdaw is 1,000 times better than being a failed eagle. What do you guys think? Have you ever felt like the jackdaw? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this little dose of ancient wisdom, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.